Go ahead.
Exceed your expectations just the whole night?
Yesterday morning exceeded them. When there were people lined up in the morning and seeing so many people last night that spent the night outside. And then just as the day built up, coming in this morning after a recruiting breakfast and leaving after practice, it was just incredible. And as happy as I am that everybody was here that was able to get in, I also feel for the people that weren't. I don't think any of us could have envisioned it was gonna move that fast today. And I was just hoping for a packed house, not one where people were turned away, you know, hour and a half before the thing really tipped off. But that's the Hoosier Nation, and I think it's awesome. And the energy was high. It was fantastic. So again, there was no downside to anything after yesterday morning. Seeing people out there all morning, afternoon, and night, and then spending the night.
Will wasn't really out there doing anything. Is he okay?
No, he took a shot to the ankle the other day, and he practiced a little bit today, just a little bit, and he shot. But it was better to hold him off than make a decision tomorrow, because we don't want anything to linger with him. And then Hunter is in a situation where we're going to hold him out for a little while too, and just be very precautionary. He's been practicing so well. But had a little flare-up, and we really don't want to have any issues with that. So we're going to take a little time with him. But he has really impacted practice, and but now he's just got to get those mental reps and continue to learn. I think we'll be able to do more with him than we were able to do when he was completely out. But we're going to hold him off for a while. That Victor's reign as dunk champion. Well, no, I think Will won it last year, right? Did Will win it? I think Hunter would have been. I don't think it would have been a close second.
Cody won the three-point contest. Should we expect more of that from him?
Well, maybe. I think he that skills competition. They all have their own mindset. You know what makes that work. So it's just fun to let them do what they do. But Cody has. I mean, if you saw it, he has a really nice stroke. I mean, he did last year. I think he'll continue to do more this year, and we're excited about his improvement because it's all over the court.
Coach, Sage Steele, what's her support and her enthusiasm for this program meant to you as a coach?
Oh, a ton, because I was a fan of what she did before we ever got here, and then you find out that she's an alum, and she's been incredibly supportive. Even in our downtime, she's been back to games a couple of times, which I thought was great. And you know, she really cares about the university, and then to have her out there in candy stripes and a Hoosier Hysteria t-shirt, I mean, that's pretty cool. That's pretty loyal. So that was all their own idea, correct, JD? Yeah, so it means a lot, and it's not surprising because this school turns out just countless people that have success in their life, but their passion for IU never subsides, and I think she's the epitome of that.
Johnny Marlin shot fairly well. I mean, has he been doing that in practice?
Well, he was open, so that was a little bit different. He hasn't been as open in practice, but he's learning. He's learning the pace of this, and he's learning that the speed, the length, all those things are really hard to handle, and you've got to make sure that you're bringing your best every day. But he's done a very good job, and he's trying to get better. There's no doubt about it. He's an excellent shooter, and the next step will be adding strength to him this year, where he can really get his shot against some pressure, really get even better in the pick and roll, and make his teammates better. But it's been great to have him here.
You said earlier in the week that you wanted that to be an unscripted thing with your guys. I mean, was it pretty much what you thought it was going to be?
Well, no, I didn't. There were other people involved in the dance choreography, including my daughter. So I knew that she didn't give me many reports on it, but I knew it would be good. So there were Marty Mooney and different people like that. We didn't bring in any professionals. They handled it really well, but I thought our guys did it. It was fun to stand back and watch it. I realized that I had not watched much of that in the past, and I wanted to make sure that I caught that tonight. That was fun to see.
A lot of former.
I'm sorry?
What do you think this whole night, 17,000 plus, the building's selling out before it even starts. What does all this say about where things are right now?
Well, I think everyone appreciates where we've been, and I think it's rare when you find somebody that doesn't, that's followed this, you know, from long before we got here, but especially over this period of time since we've been here with everything that's gone on and what we all had to endure. So I think they're the same way. I don't think they take winning for granted. I think this is a payoff right now to have this kind of excitement, energy, passion for all that they have supported us with. And I think it says a lot about the recruits that took chances on this when it wasn't, when the wins weren't where they would have liked, where we would have liked for them to be, because we just weren't ready to do that yet. But they knew that it could happen. I think it says a lot about the character of the players in the program. I think the people here really enjoy supporting them. Those are the emails, the letters, the conversations that I receive and get from people that are really strong. And again, like I said out there, I think there's a lot of different, every program in sports is preaching some sort of family, and that's fine. But it'd be hard to look at what has happened over here the last few years and the way everybody has stayed together and stuck through it, and not put this at the top of the chain here on what family in sports really means, and family with a university and the passion that's behind it.
Coach,
I missed one in here. I'm sorry.
I just noticed a lot of former players here tonight. Just what's it mean to continue to see more guys come back to support the program?
They're owners, and we've said that from the beginning. And there's no way this thing starts off with us behind the scenes without those people, because we didn't have anybody to tell them in the locker room what it meant to play at Indiana, what it would take to succeed in the Big Ten, what the daily practices were like. I tried to even bring in some former Marquette guys at times, but they hadn't even lived the Indiana part of it. Those guys are all owners at Indiana. If you've come through this program and you've invested the way that they have ownership in it, just like the seniors that we had last year, that are now in their areas of life right now. They're owners, and there's a high level of respect for that. And I think one of the big reasons they're owners is because people get it. I mean, they know how important the former players are, and I think the former players appreciate how they were treated when they were here, what it means to have been an Indiana Hoosier, and I think they're always looking for ways to get back to the program, and that's what makes it so strong.
Coach, I know you can't comment on anything specifically, but what does a night like this mean for recruiting?
Well, I think it's huge. We have a lot of visitors in the building, and we're not the only sport, and I think that's it's a big deal, because when people get inside of this, and I'll just say, when visitors get inside of this building, whether they've been here for the first time or they haven't been here very often, it is an incredible spectacle for them. And it's not just what you see, it's not just what you hear, but I have no doubt it's what you feel, because we're here every day, and the feeling continues to grow. I mean, it just does. I mean, it's. I've seen that video now because it was there for the beginning of it and how it was put together. I've probably seen it 5-6 times, and I mean, it's hard not to get your eyes watery looking at that. And I wasn't even around for those players. So there's something special about it, and I think people that come into this building, they feel that.
Coach, you guys last year like to push the ball offensively. It looks like Yogi even brings an extra gear to that. Can you talk about how
Yogi is a special player. I mean, we knew that when we recruited him, and he's done nothing to make us believe anything less than that in the time that he's been here. He continues to get better. He's a very hard-nosed young man. His energy's very good, and it's early. We're only entering into our second week of practice, and he'll have his down days and things like that, but you saw it right there. I mean, he's got a gift of vision. I mean, it's incredible. And he's got a tenacity about him. And the players have great respect for him because they know he's talented, but they know he really will deliver the basketball. And he comes out and he really tries to get better at what he needs to do that's new to him maybe, and then really, really works at the defense every day. And so there's no question if he continues on that road of improvement, he's going to be an outstanding player here.
Last question.
Coach, Victor had a lot of fun with the emceeing. Was that planned, or did he kind of just take the reins on that?
Well, no, I think it was planned in the sense of let's get Victor involved, and it's kind of like you just hand him the mic and you just let him roll. So I think it was fun. I think our players have a lot of personality. I would say this: a guy like Victor, when he plays with personality, he's really, really hard for the opponent to deal with. And again, we're not going to stop the game and give him a mic and let him try to juice the crowd up. But when he's out there playing, and he's got that energy at a high level, and his personality is rolling, and he's on the attack, he's really, really good. So, situation like that, it's fun, and I think people appreciate that. You know, these kids, they're not above anything. They're not, you know, they live in the dorms with the other students. I mean, they're in this with them. I mean, they're student athletes. I mean, we've got over a 3.0 team GPA, and they've got all this attention and all this scrutiny and all those things. And you know what? That's what real life is. And that's, I think the fans see that, and that's what Indiana basketball's been about for so long. So they see that, and we want our players to be entrenched in this campus community, in this community. We want them to, I wish we would have had 3 or 4 hours for those guys to sign autographs tonight, you know, but you know, we've got other things they've got to do, but that I absolutely love when those comments come back in the written form or in a verbal form. This player said this, these 2 players did that, and these 2 guys took pictures with this grandmother. That's what it's supposed to be about here. And that's not to say we're not going to have issues, and not to say that we're not going to make mistakes. I'm not trying to say that at all, but what it does say is that these people, there's a lot of strong character in this program, and that's the way we're going to try to continue to make it be, because that's one of the biggest reasons in-house that it could have ever possibly turned to get it back to where it is right now. Okay, thank you.
Thanks.